All right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One day, you're going to turn on your radio, and hopefully I'll be able to say that we have found a cure for cancer. No, I would say they have. I wouldn't say we, because, well, maybe I played a small role in this. I've made a few contributions here and there, but nothing like what the doctors have done. We have ways, however, before we can cure, ways to minimize the damage from cancer. Dr. Sharyn N. Lewin is on the phone. Dr. Lewin, and I hope I have all of this right, she's a board-certified gynecologic oncologist and educator of hereditary breast and ovarian cancer syndrome, and the medical director of the Department of Gynecological Oncology at Holy Name Medical Center, and the president of the Lewin Fund. And we're talking about ovarian cancer specifically and how to raise awareness of the need to understand what the signs and symptoms are for ovarian cancer. Good morning, Dr. Lewin.
Good morning.
Thank you for being on the air with us today. Where are you?
I'm in Teaneck, New Jersey, which is just outside of New York City.
Okay, Peanut? Is that what you call it?
Teaneck, actually,
Teaneck.
with a T.
Oh, Teaneck. Okay, thank you. Robin knows it.
Teaneck.
Robin knows the area. Her son lives up there somewhere. Yeah. So am I right about this? That if we knew the signs, like, and you know, the other question I had, if you don't mind me mixing two questions together, the one thing I've often thought is if I go to the doctor every year, wouldn't he or she do the test that showed that I had any cancer? In a woman's case, it could be the test for ovarian cancer, or do you have to specifically ask for that?
That's a great question. Unfortunately, there is not a good screening test for ovarian cancer, so that's one of the problems. It's not like the mammogram, which is a great screening test for breast cancer, or the colonoscopy, which is a great screening test for colon cancer. So we don't have a good screening test for ovarian cancer. That's why it's really important to, educate women about their risk, as well as talk to them about some of the signs and symptoms of this disease.
Okay. And does this apply to all women, even if they've had their ovaries removed?
It does, actually. There's a small disease that's called primary peritoneal cancer, where the symptoms can be similar, but it's just really important, when a woman has her ovaries removed, she reduces her risk of ovarian cancer by about 98%. So, but it's still important to just talk about the signs and symptoms.
And excuse me for asking something that might sound totally dumb, but from coming from me, I don't understand any of this stuff. Is ovarian cancer and cervical cancer related? Are they? What is there a connection at all?
They're different, actually, so I can definitely talk about they are different. They're different organs, and the signs and symptoms and treatments are a little bit different. So if women, have a constellation of any of these symptoms, bloating, pelvic or abdominal pain, feeling full too quickly, any difficulties with urination, that may signal ovarian cancer. It's really important that women do know about their family history, because many cases of ovarian cancer are hereditary, meaning they are passed on from our parents. So really understanding your family history of cancer and talking to your doctor about that is so important. Cervical cancer it's a different organ, and that's predominantly related to something called HPV, the human papillomavirus. Cervical cancer could really be prevented, should be in the United States, if women had pap smears on an appropriate basis and also were vaccinated against HPV. So two kind of different cancers, but both equally, important to talk about.
Are women leery about going to the doctor because they fear they might be diagnosed?
Well, we did find in this survey by Genentech and the Foundation for Women's Cancers that less than half of women surveyed in the U.S. felt that yearly visit to their gynecologist was important. We know that women are really busy taking care of a lot of people in their family. They have a lot of responsibilities, and we found in the survey, too, that they often prioritize visits to their eye doctor and their hairstylist over their gynecologist. I mean, a lot of people don't want to go to the gynecologist, but it's really, really important, regardless of your age, even if you're done having children, for that annual visit. It's just a really important preventative opportunity.
And I'm guessing the advice would be that if you know the symptoms, then you'll tell your doctor about them, or would you even go before your annual appointment?
You should definitely go before your annual appointment. We do see now that ovarian cancers are often present for a long period of time. So if a woman has any of those symptoms that I mentioned, she really should go to her doctor right away and not wait, and then be appropriately worked up. with the CAT scans, for example, and blood work.
We hear, the famous people like Angelina Jolie. She had that history, so she had her ovaries removed. Is that a good practice, or is that on an individual basis?
It's actually an excellent practice for women like Angelina Jolie. So she has what's called a BRCA mutation, or a mutation in one of the BRCA genes. So women that have a high-risk family history, like she has, with a mom with ovarian cancer and a family history of breast cancer, may need to undergo genetic testing. And she tested positive for a BRCA mutation, which put her at almost a 90% risk of breast cancer and a 60% risk of ovarian cancer. So for women like her that have a very high risk of cancer, since we don't have a good screening test, the best treatment is really to remove the tubes and ovaries when these women are done having children. So she absolutely did the right thing.
Let's talk about after the diagnosis, the scary moment with the doctor when the doctor says, yes, you have ovarian cancer. What happens at that point?
So it's really important that a woman sees a gynecologic oncologist. We are really specialists when it comes to ovarian cancer treatment. We do see, unfortunately, in the literature that, not all women have access to a GYN oncologist. The treatment is really correlated to how women do. So women really need an excellent surgery initially to remove any areas of cancer, and then they need chemotherapy. And the best studies really show that chemotherapy in the belly, which is also called intraperitoneal chemotherapy, really has the best outcomes. Women can live a very long time. Even a significant portion can be cured, so there should be a lot of hope still. And there are a lot of exciting treatments that have been approved for women with ovarian cancer to help them live longer. One such treatment is a drug called Avastin. Avastin with chemotherapy has been shown to be helpful in patients that have what's called recurrent ovarian cancer, particularly a small subset called platinum-resistant disease. So women should not feel that all hope is lost. There are definitely women who are cured and others who live a very long time with this disease, more like a chronic illness.
And there are also a lot of wonderful support groups for women before the surgery and after that they seem to take advantage of.
That's very true, and thank you for bringing that up. And there are a lot of great websites that can help connect women to these support groups, because it is really helpful to speak to someone who's been through all these things, and even women who have been cured as well. One such website is our nonprofit website, which is the lewinfund.org. Another excellent website is the Foundation for Women's Cancer.org, and a third is ovarian.org from the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. So there are definitely good resources out there for women who have a new diagnosis.
I just went to the lewinfund.org. Are the other ones connected to that one? Look, I'm trying to see.
We do have information connected. The other ones, too, are the Foundation for Women's Cancer.org.
Okay.
That's from the Society of GYN Oncologists, and also ovarian.org as well.
Doctor, thank you for being on the air with us today. I want to make sure the listeners have the important information that will help them get more information. So I guess it's the websites. Is that your best suggestion?
The websites are one excellent suggestion, but really to see your gynecologist on a yearly basis. That I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Because it's such an important opportunity to talk about cancer prevention, and I really encourage listeners to be advocates in their own health care and, ask your doctor about your risk for cancer and what you can do to help modify that risk. If we have another minute, there have been really excellent studies released showing that half of all cancers could be prevented if men and women exercised and had a healthy diet and stayed within an ideal body weight, didn't smoke or drink in excess. So there are definitely a lot of preventative things that people can do. But of course, seeing the gynecologist once a year at least is very important as well.
Doctor, thank you for being with us today. We will make sure that this recording goes on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
That way
Thank you for having me.
others will benefit from it. Thank you again. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm in parts of the area, the high 88 to 92. A shower or thunderstorm in spots Wednesday evening, then partly cloudy overnight, low 72 to 76. For Thursday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm around, high 88 to 92. And on Friday, more clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm or two, high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
You know, I'm going on a trip in a week and a half. It's the first trip I've gone on in a million years. And so I've been waiting for Anthony James to be in the studio because I got a question for him about it. This is the Voice of Travel with Anthony. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning. Good morning. Where are you going?
I'm going to New York.
Oh.
My son wanted to go see a concert at Radio City Music Hall.
Yes.
He's 30, just so you know how old he is. He's independent. He's married. He's got his own home and everything. And he was going to go with his wife. His wife is a teacher, and she can't go. So he said, Dad, do you want to come with me? So first thing I did was ask Robin, do we have any gigs? Because I don't want to skip out on a gig. Anyways, and Joe and Dad gave me their blessing. I'll be gone from 4 days from here, but so I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
And I'm just trusting him. He's going to be the one who kind of gets me around. But I'm just curious. You know, I grew up in New York, so I'm really familiar with the area. Mm-hmm. But what if I wasn't? Mm-hmm. How would I know how to get from LaGuardia to downtown Manhattan. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going. Mm-hmm. Okay. But what if I didn't? How would I get there? I mean, how do I know not to get ripped off by somebody or something?
Well, that's research. Now we have things into our fingertips. Now we have Google. We have all these things.
Do you trust the Lyfts and the Ubers? Do you trust them?
I don't have any reason not to. Yeah. If you're going to go to New York City for the first time and you're not used to the way they drive up there, take a cab. Just take a cab, because it's when we went a couple of years ago, that was my wife and daughter's first time there, and we were in a cab and we were literally inches away from another car as we were driving.
Oh, I know.
So I'm relaxed. They're holding on for dear life. But New York is I got a couple of friends that went last week and they came back and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it up there. That's the north. It's the norm up there. So people like, when they come down here, they're like, oh, well, they drive differently down here. Yeah, because up north, you have to drive aggressive.
DC is your most familiar city, is that right? Am I right?
DC's most familiar, but I've been to New York City plenty of times.
But DC scares me. When I drive in DC, I'm worried.
Well, it's funny.
I'm worried on 200. I mean,
That too, yeah.
Well, DC, you can end up in Southeast DC, Southwest DC. There's certain places that you just don't want to end up. But you have K Street, M Street, L Street. You have all these. Oh man. You can literally be on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and literally miss the White House. Mm-hmm. You really could.
Gosh. Wow.
But that's why you metro. Just take public transportation everywhere you go. Don't try to drive.
No, I would.
Just don't.
I'd hop a cab or a subway or something.
Yeah, I don't mind Ubers and stuff like that either.
Yeah,
but if you're going to go to New York or DC for the first time, use a cab first. Mm-hmm. Just because they're still more knowledgeable and they're used to driving in this traffic all day, every day. Where in Uber, they might live there and they might have been driving there all the time, but or driving there all their lives, but after 3 days, they drive for 3 days and they go work another job, or they drive for 1 day and then this person might have just gotten off of work. So you just never know. Yeah. So always take a cab or take public transportation first wherever you go.
Mm-hmm. And now Pittsburgh has driverless Ubers.
That's scary.
What's that?
Where the self-driving cars?
That's
really
scary.
Yeah, they started it like this week. I'll look it up. In the city of Pittsburgh. But they're giving the rides for free because they want people to get comfortable with it.
Yeah. That's out of waiver too, just in case you have a car accident.
Can you imagine? You call an Uber car and it shows up without a driver?
Well, that would really scare me, especially in a city like that. Now, if you try it in a small town first, okay, in a place like Pittsburgh, that's real city. Why would you try it there? So, wow.
Oh, look! I looked it up. Uber Pittsburgh is all I put in there, and so this was earlier. So now, here's a review from somebody who actually did it. He said, "Oh my God, this is the future." To err is human. Little wonder Amber Molly found the self-driving Uber divine. I wasn't nervous. I'm excited than anything. It's Mount Washington resident Ms. Malloy, who recently went to a brunch via Uber's fleet of autonomous cars. It just felt like, oh my God, this is the future. So apparently she had a good experience.
Okay, well, that's fine. Won't catch me doing it. But
I wonder if you don't sit behind the wheel just in case, right?
I don't think. I wouldn't think. Oh my goodness! What happens if somebody just runs out in front of the street?
Yeah.
They stop. I mean, they've got it designed. So
but the person in Williston died for that Uber last year, right?
That was an Uber. That was a Tesla.
Oh, Tesla.
Self-driving
car.
It was a self-driving car.
Still a self-driving car.
I don't know.
Jay Scott tweeted whatever. Had my first ride in a hashtag self-driving Uber today. Super cool experience. So they're getting feedback now from. See, it'll be in Ocala before you know it.
Well, I'll try it here. I just won't try it in the big city. But if even here, I'm going to have on a football helmet. Is the car made out of Nerf? Maybe I'll do something like that. But I'm just not going to volunteer. There's some things I won't do. Like I will never go skydive. I don't see any
do that either.
reason to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. That little slingshot thing in Daytona.
No, I'm not doing that either.
No, I'm not doing it. There's just certain
But
things
I bet you will do Uber. I bet you will.
I'll do that before I do those things. I will. I'll do a roller coaster before I do any of those other things. I don't see the thrill.
Would you do a zip line?
Yeah, I'll do a zip line.
Oh, you'll do a zip line?
I'll do a zip line. I just won't do anything that just does not seem. Why get flung in the air? Why jump out of an airplane for just the thrill of it? I have have a thrill just driving on 200 around 5
of
o'clock.
course.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
good.
right. It's an experience, believe me. Well, I'm so excited that Larry's going to New York because it's just such a happening place. It's very high energy, and you can see a lot of different things up there.
I love
and
New
you
York
love
City.
vacations.
I love New York City. I love it. If you've never been there, you got to go. I was fortunate to take my family at Christmas time, which is one of the most iconic times to go to New York City. And when you see everything lit up, now it's going to be about 8 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
When you see everything lit up, you don't even really mind the cold because your
Was he
eyes
ice
are
skating?
everywhere.
At you know the statue of
Rockefeller
Prometheus at
Center?
Rockefeller Center?
Yeah.
Did you ice skating right there?
Yep, that's right there. We went to Central Park and saw all that stuff too. Go to a place called Jekyll and Hyde's. You have to eat there.
What is it?
Jekyll and Hyde's. Basically, I believe that the room.
Some of it is good and some of it is horrible.
Yeah, the room and stuff like jumps out at you while you're eating and comes out of the wall.
That's in
Right
Manhattan.
there.
That's
Jekyll
in
and Hyde's.
Manhattan.
Yeah, Jekyll and
Wow.
Hyde's.
I gotta ask TJ. if
Gotta
he's
go
heard
to
of that.
Jekyll and Hyde's and then come back and tell us how it was because I'm telling you, I'm not going to even explain it to you.
Jekyll and
I just
Hyde.
want you to go and it's just like you all ever been to that place called Dick's Last Resort?
What?
The what?
The restaurant called Dick's Last Resort?
No.
No.
You ever heard of that?
No.
No.
The servers are paid to be jerks to you.
Oh, yes, you've told us about
Yes.
this.
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an experience. No, it's not that type of experience, but it's an experience where you don't want to let anybody know about it, and so they can just be in shock when they.
Yes.
When they
What's it called? The Last Dick Resort? Let me look at
Dick's Last Resort.
Oh, the Dick Last.
There's one in.
What's what is
Dick's.
the Dick's Last Resort?
Yeah,
Yes.
Dick's Last Resort. The Dick's Last Resort. That's it.
There's one in Baltimore. I think there's one in Chicago. There's one in Myrtle Beach and all those different places like
Oh,
that.
man.
Oh, yeah. I
Where's
But they're
one
supposed
here?
to be mean.
In Florida?
No, I haven't seen one here in Florida.
Oh, we're gonna have
like
to
the
start
lady
one.
last time, she got on the table and was screaming at my mother-in-law. She stood up on our.
I went to a place that had a lady
funny.
on the table.
It was
Wow.
I tried to, yeah, me too.
you
I
did.
think I paid like $80 to get in there though. But yeah, you've got to try that restaurant. Got to try that restaurant. And I love to eat a hot dog from an outside vendor.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
had to have
wait
one
a-
of those when I was there.
Everybody says
one
this.
of
This is
those.
not what I'm going to do.
I love that.
I haven't had a knish in forever, so I'm
Yes.
going to get a knish. But I've had hot dogs. I can't. Have you seen the new hot dog? The what's it
The
called
bun.
again? The ham
dog.
The ham dog. Oh, it's really good.
Ham dog.
Yeah, the ham dog. Let me show you. Can you come over here real quick?
Yeah.
Actually, it's right here.
you gotta take
I put it on my Facebook.
headphones off.
Yeah, let me just speak into the microphone as you exclaim your thoughts.
The ham dog. What is oh wow.
Well, there's a hamburger in the middle, and a hot dog goes through the middle.
Oh my goodness. Now I gotta eat a ham dog.
Now here's
I know. Doesn't it look great?
Here's
It
the
looks
thing,
delicious.
Anthony,
I
about
love
this.
that bun.
This is the thing that's going to make you kick yourself. This is invented by an Australian.
Uh-huh.
He's actually patented that bun. He's actually making money, and he got the money from the Shark. What's it called?
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
TV guys.
Hey, you know.
You're gonna say, and he's Australian. How come an American didn't think of this?
What do y'all do? And it's a good old American hot dog.
It is.
You know. Hey.
Anthony,
Yes.
thank you for coming in here. We got to make this segment longer one day.
Yes.
I love
yes,
this
yes,
segment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you all.
Too fun. All right, we will be right back. Fun with Joe is up next. What are we doing today? Oh, you finish what I start. Finish
Yep.
what I started.
Finish what I started.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. 16 North Carolina officers hurt after protests last night over police shooting deaths.
We saw the crowd transition from